Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we wanted to share with you our process of putting up our lovely new Tawny Owl Box into a tree. We actually had quite a few learnings during this process, mostly learning how not to put a box up. First up, we had the deceptively fiddly job of attaching our camera's bracket to the corner of the box. The camera we went for is a cellular camera with a solar panel attached, so we can completely minimise having to disrupt the box in any way, being able to charge it continuously when it's actually sunny, and monitor the camera from anywhere. The camera has a pan and tilt feature, which is hugely helpful, so we can choose where we want to orient it once it's attached inside. Once we were happy with the positioning, we used a 12mm drill bit to drill a hole in the side of the box so that the USB-C cable that will attach to the solar panel can fit through. We were being extra careful not to actually hit the camera in the process. Whilst we had the drill out, we also took the time to attach the back plate that we were going to use to hang the box on the tree. We used about 6 screws to attach to the box and another 6 for the tree, as we wanted to be sure it would be sturdy. We then hopped up the ladder to attach the bottom L bracket to the tree so that we had something to balance the box on to take some of its weight whilst we screwed it in. This process is absolutely by no means how we would ever do it again. It was incredibly risky having the two of us up on the ladder, and we tried to minimise the time that we were both up there as much as possible. In hindsight, we should have used a pulley system to hoist the box up and drill it in safely, so we do not recommend trying this approach we went for. Luckily, however, we did both survive. Sophie started by passing the box up to me. The tree we chose is actually right at the top of a ditch, so I wasn't as high up as Sophie's ladder would be, so we thought it would be good to start on my side. I then carefully passed the box over to Sophie. Shout out to our gym here for helping us to prepare for this debacle. Once Sophie was on her ladder, I then passed it over and we hoisted it into place on its L bracket. Sophie then drilled in the bottom screws and made sure it was all lined up. It was at this point that Sophie then left me for 3 hours to have lunch, and I contemplated my life decisions to this point. Only joking. We moved around to the tree to get a good angle to drill it into the top and put loads of screws in to make sure that it would stay up. Back on the safety of the ground, I got the lovely job of filling in the wood chippings. Tawny owls don't actually bring in any of their own nesting material, so we wanted to put some in there before anything moved in. Once we had everything in place in the tree, we then hopped down to start attaching the 5-watt solar panel. We attached a small bracket to the tree, and I got distracted by some wildlife in the process. Back to what I was supposed to be doing, we got the panel attached and lined it up towards south so that it could get as much sunlight as possible. The tree we chose actually faces out to a field on the left here and then into the woodland on the right, so hopefully the panel will get some good sunshine onto it. We also used a few little staples to keep the cable from moving about in the wind too much or getting caught on anything. And in the irony of having to put up a solar panel, it started raining. We were pretty over the moon with what we'd achieved, so we didn't mind the rain at this point. We also decided to set up a trail camera on the outside so that we could keep an eye if any creatures showed an interest in the surrounding trees, so we just secured it to a nearby tree. This involved a somewhat DIY process of finding some sticks to keep it angled to the right position. Anyway, after all that, we're so pleased with how the process went given all the difficulties we initially had with getting the box into the tree, and now we just have the exciting job of waiting to see if something moves in. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give us a like and subscribe. We'd love to hear if you've got any animals that have found their way into any nest boxes that you've got in the comments. Catch you in the next one.